Greetings, everyone. My name is Dr. Marcia Derby Davis. Welcome to the Wellness Corner podcast. I am so excited today. I am with my colleague, my esteemed colleague, Dr. Morgan, who is a DNP, FNP, and she has many more credentials behind her name. But I am going to allow Dr. Morgan to introduce herself. Dr. Morgan.
Thank you for inviting me, Dr. Darby. I am Dr. Morgan. I'm a family nurse practitioner with a doctorate in nursing practice. I operate my own business. I have two clinics, one where I see patients in a brick and mortar setting, and that's Abigail Healthcare Diabetes Clinic. Patients can reach me at 281-832-8490. I also have a virtual clinic. It's called Virtual Care Clinic, actually, and I can be found and push out via invite only. It's a concierge practice. And my invite code is CMorgan08. I'm also a nurse educator, and I also dabble in a little bit of real estate, and that pretty much sums up what I do.
Welcome, Dr. Morgan. And Dr. Morgan forgot to tell you guys that she's also a podcast host of Health Talk, of which I am a regular guest on her podcast. So I'm so excited to have her in the Wellness Corner. And in this corner, we discuss all things wellness. We discuss health, relationship, spirituality, and everything that really concerns wellness as my colleague discusses the health topic. So I think we're a very good fit for each other. And I'm so honored and grateful that she decided to be in this sacred space with us tonight. So Dr. Morgan, let's begin our little chat. And because this is a wellness corner, I would like for you to kind of share with us, what does wellness mean to you in terms of the body, the mind, and the spirit?
Thank you for that question, Dr. Darby. Wellness to me is absence of disease, and that is in the body. Also, absence of disease in the mind. Spiritually, though, I think it is creating a balance and you being in alignment with your creator. So that's what the whole mind, body, and spirit means, and it creates a whole person. But I would probably say 99.99% of people, you will not find that kind of wellness where everybody is okay physically, in the mind, and also in the spirit. So how I define it, how I break down that definition is that wellness is being comfortable with yourself, comfortable in your own skin, because you might have a physiological disease, right? But you're still whole because spiritually you have dealt with it, you have accepted it, and you also emotionally you have accepted it, and you're living with the disease instead of dying from that disease.
Thank you, Dr. Morgan. That's really interesting when you say wellness is being comfortable in your own skin. So wherever you are on your health journey, even if you have a dis-ease, once you come to a place of acceptance, even in that state of disequilibrium, you can still be well and whole and complete from a mental state and from a spiritual state, and also from a place where you are at acceptance.
That's true, because you can have somebody with say for instance, a cancer, and they're living a wholesome life with that cancer, while you have another person who they're not diagnosed with cancer, but they are not living their best life. They're not where they're supposed to be spiritually and emotionally, and they don't have a physiological disease.
That's very interesting. Thank you so much for shedding light on that. My next question to you is, when we think about body, mind, and spirit and wellness, we know, again, like you said, it's a physical journey and it also is a spiritual journey. So in terms of you, when we think about wellness from a spiritual standpoint, kind of share with us, how did your wellness journey begin, or your spiritual journey to wellness?
I believe that our spiritual journey starts at conception, because both your physiological journey or your biological journey and your spiritual journey it occurs simultaneously. So you can't separate the two. However, we talk about our wellness, our spiritual journey, when we become aware that we are more than the body. We are not just the body. right? So that is when my spiritual journey starts for me, when I start understanding my purpose, try to delve into what am I here for? Am I just a person who was born, I'm gonna live and I'm gonna die and forgotten? So I started to think along those lines. I said, there has to be more to me. And I realized that my body is just a vessel, and it looks like everybody have the same type of body, right? We might have different shape, different size, different race. So the body is a vessel that holds the spirit, the soul, the personality, the aura that we comes with. And my spirituality, my spirit, my aura, my soul, that is what helped to guide me and push me to my purpose. And that purpose allows me to live the way that I live. It's going to help me to generate the wealth that I need and the knowledge that I need to propel me into the direction to execute my purpose. So that is how I look at my spiritual journey. And those questions, those hard questions start really coming to me about 6 years ago. And the thoughts were very, very deep. And I didn't know where to put them because I grew up with a Christian background because, you know, most of us are indoctrinated as Christians. So it took me a little bit away from Christianity to start doing some research and reading, listening to different podcasts and questioning myself, questioning the creator, what's my purpose, who am I? And that led me to you, Dr. Darby, because it is said that when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. So that is how my journey started. And you were able to bring some clarity to some of the questions that I had, and that propelled me into my direction to embrace this level of spirituality in moving forward.
That's interesting what you said. You know, it also says that we are not physical beings having a physical experience, but we are spiritual beings having a physical experience. And when you talk about your spiritual journey beginning from conception, that's so interesting. And it is a journey as we think about this journey. And for most of us, I would say our journey took us through Christianity. And it doesn't negate the fact that, you know, that was the path we were led on. But as we continued to grow and evolve, we began to ask questions. And perhaps some of these questions may not be in alignment in what we were taught in Christianity. Did you feel any type of struggle in this journey as you began to evolve in the person that you are today, with perhaps shifting and asking questions from the traditional Christian belief to now being a more higher evolved spiritual being?
Yes, I did have a lot of questions and a lot of struggles, but what I did instead, I used the Bible as a guide because everything that I was experiencing, I could relate from a biblical perspective. And this journey actually drew me closer to the Creator, right? So put aside the metaphor, put aside the story, and I started to focus on having a deeper, really intimate relationship with the Creator instead of, you know, putting pressure on myself. Okay, you have to go to church, you have to take the Lord's Supper, you have to do this, you have to wear this broad hat and these spiky shoes. I want to have a more intimate relationship in understanding myself, my purpose, and my Creator. So yes, there was a little bit of conflict in the beginning, but as I grow, I embrace both because I was able to merge both.
That's beautiful, merging the two together, because there's lessons for us to learn from the scriptures, from our religious upbringing. And like we said, as we evolve to be more enlightened, we can look at the scriptures and we can have a deeper understanding of it and look at it more in contents and, you know, be able to understand it on another level.
Yes.
So Dr. Morgan, share with us some of the lessons that you have learned on your spiritual journey.
I think the biggest lesson I learned is that spirituality is not a one and done thing. It's a process. it's not a vertical line and you're just growing spiritually all the way up, 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 and everything is mellow and nice. No, it's a pattern that fluctuates. So sometimes I consider it as a different levels of vibration. Sometimes I'm vibrating high, sometimes I'm vibrating low. When I'm vibrating low, I know what to do to bring me back to center. So that's one of the greatest things that I learned. And the next thing that I learned is to be non-judgmental, because sometimes we're self-righteous, and when we look at other people behaving a certain way, you know, we tend to condemn them, but not remembering that we were there once. So, you know, we have to be very gentle and very forgiving to people who are going through their process, because that's where they are within their journey. And even where I am now in my journey, I'm sure there's somebody who have more spiritual growth than myself is looking at me and say, oh yeah, I was there. And eventually she will excel to this level. So we just have to be very, very sensitive to each person as they go through their journey as well, and accept that and support them.
That is so correct. We have to be so non-judgmental, and each person is on their journey, and where they are at this point in their life is exactly where they need to be. So we love each other, we support each other. This is not a competition or some kind of process where I know more than you. It's a journey, not a destination. So we accept each person where they are on their journey. We love them, we embrace them. I think that is so beautiful and just such a wonderful place to be on your spiritual journey.
Thank you.
My next question, Dr. Morgan, is, and you talked about, you know, you having a practice to kind of when you're in a state of low vibration, because just because we're on this spiritual journey doesn't mean we every day we're vibrating at this high level. We're human beings. There are days, and we have emotions. So there are going to be days when we are vibrating on a lower emotional level, you know, so our vibration is going to be a little louder. I mean, pardon me, a little lower. So do you have a spiritual practice to ground you or center you, especially when you're seeking clarity?
Yeah, yes, I do. But before I even go into that, whenever you are vibrating low, it's always something new emerging. So something is dying and something emerging. So once I started my spiritual journey and working with you, and understand that, I embrace that. So it's not that I'm at a low vibration and, oh my God, I'm feeling so down. I ask questions, empowering questions like, what am I to learn from this, and what is new? And I just started praying and asking, you know, to help me to embrace and accept what is new coming. So prayer is one of my spiritual practice. And the prayer doesn't have to be that tie your head, kneel down and shouting and carrying on. It's just a communication with your creator, with God, the creator. And my morning start off with prayer of just gratitude to be alive, to be healthy, to have a roof over my head, for my family to be safe, for just my provision in existing. And sometimes I do meditation. I will not tell you that I am this perfect person who have strict meditative practice. I don't. But whenever I feel as if I need it, my body, my spirit will tell me that I need it. So I have specific meditation music that I listen to. I get them from YouTube, and I would do my breathing and I would just meditate. I also have a little practice that I do. I call it a body scan. So if I'm feeling sick in some part of my body, I would do a full body scan in my mind by working from the top of my head, go all the way down to my feet, and just imagine that all the organs are well and whole and healthy. I also do a lot of imagination and visualization. Why I do these is because whenever I have a project or any goal that I want to achieve, I start picturing it in its state of fruition. So whenever you dream of something or you think of something, it was given birth to, and then we have to execute it and bring it, your dreams, to reality. So say, for instance, I'm dreaming of a business. I start picturing the business, how I want it set up, the location, all the activities that's going on inside of it, me walking into that business, doing what I'm supposed to do. And I would do that repetitively. So that is what you call visualization and imagination in bringing forth what you want to see. If you start having negative thoughts and start thinking that it's not going to work, it's going to fail, you're putting out that energy to the universe. So I learned to be positive, and even if the situation doesn't seem realistic, even if I don't have the cash to bring forth that business, I'm not thinking about the process to get there. I'm thinking about the end result. The end result is going to be that business. It's not my job or my business to figure out how it's going to happen. That's the creator's business. My job is to live in the end and to visualize myself in the end. So those are the practices that I do. And some of my practices are pretty much my hobby. Reading spiritual books and listening to different podcasts of different people, and sometimes dancing, listening to music. I believe that we have everything that we need here to propel us to our purpose and to aid us in our journey. So those are my spiritual practices.
Dr. Morgan, you have mentioned some of my favorite spiritual practice. You know, when I think about prayer, I tell my clients, prayer is when you speak to the Creator, and meditation is when the Creator speaks to you. So that is really important. You know, a lot of people may think meditation is some woo-woo kind of taboo practice. For me, meditation is being in a space of quietness, a space of stillness where I'm asking for clarity, and then I'm being still, waiting to receive that clarity that I need. You also talk about this manifestation. I think this is so important because, you know, learning how to visualize what you want in life, putting it out there in the universe, and then allowing the universe to bring it to you. So you see yourself as if you already have the things that you desire. And we will have to come back and have a talk about the power of manifestation and how really to work with the universal energy, because this is so important for us to learn as spiritual beings. So thank you for sharing that. So I guess that kind of went into the next question in terms of manifestation, because it seems as though you are working with the universe to visualize and manifest the things you desire in your life, you know, before. And that's from that let there be, working with nothing to bring forth something. So I think that's so beautiful, Dr. Morgan, that you are in sync with the universe.
Yes, thank you.
So my last question to you is, now that you are on this spiritual journey, what advice would you give to someone who is considering starting this spiritual journey? You know, they may think, okay, is it a conflict with my religious belief? I'm feeling like I need to take a deeper dive, but this is something that I am not used to. What advice would you give to someone who's at that place where they think, I need to dig a little deeper. I need to learn a little bit more. I need to ask a little bit more questions to kind of challenge some of the things I've been taught. What do you tell this person?
Well, I would pretty much tell people that not everybody's gonna embrace this path, right? So it is an individual process. If you feel within your spirit that there's more, if you're practicing Christianity or whatever religion and you feel as if there's more, you're uncomfortable within your skin, you want to dig deeper, then you start doing your research. And you are one person who they can reach out to help guide. So it is important to try to understand your purpose, right? And in understanding your purpose, there are many different ways and different avenues and places that you need to look for that answer. So start doing your research. And one of the things that I embrace about spirituality is in achieving what I want, I look to the path of least resistance, learning to allow the spirit to guide you, allow the universe to guide you instead of you trying to create these things for yourself and pushing, and it's not working out, but you're still pushing. So that is one of the things that people need to understand, that once you're in the spiritual journey, things come to you, and instead of you forcing yourself onto something. In telling people about the spiritual journey, I I would say that each individual comes with a purpose. And in order for you to fulfill your true purpose, you will be led and guided to the right direction, to the right channel in executing your purpose, what you came here for. So if you were not supposed to be on this journey, you will not be nudged to be a part of this journey. And if there's something lacking, if everything is not coming together, that is when you're going to be forced and pushed to try to find answers. And again, when I said, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. And that teacher, whether it's going to be a pastor, a counselor, a friend, whatever the source is, you will be led to that source to help to guide you on your spiritual journey. So nothing is wrong if you have a little bit of conflict. Just embrace it, ask questions. What am I to learn from this? What is the universe telling me? What is the creator telling me? And you take it from there.
Thank you, Dr. Morgan. And again, that is so important. As you're having this nudge, to dig a little deeper, many teachers will come your way. Many books, many educational information. Some of them may be a little uncomfortable. Take what serves you, and what doesn't serve you, release it. Have an open mind. Be willing and open to receive. Sometimes your teacher is going to come to you in not the form you may expect. And sometimes information is going to come to you not from the place you expect it to come, but be open. Your teacher is vibrating to you, and you will be vibrating to your teacher. So just be open. Again, this is not a destination. This is a non-judgmental journey, and just be open for the journey. Be open to learn and grow. And as you continue to learn and grow, your frequency is going to be raised, and you're going to begin to vibrate at a higher frequency. And those that you're seeking will also be seeking you.
That's true, Dr. Darby. And one of the things that I want to clarify, at a time people hear you talk about spirituality, they think that you're into some new age movement. It is just an understanding, because, for years, some of us try to understand religion, but the more we dive into religion, the more we realize that it separates. And in order for you to understand your true self and to understand your purpose, you have to step away from that sometime and try to have a direct connection with the source. Get rid of every religion have their own little thing, but everybody is worshiping the same creator. So you have to step away from that and become a more spiritual. So when we talk about spiritual, we mean in like a more direct connection with the source, and not worshiping another entity, but understanding that there is a creator of this universe, and that's the creator that everybody is looking to for answers.
Yes, that is so true. When I take my clients on the journey, I take them on a journey of self-discovery, and part of that self-discovery is discovering, who are you? What is my purpose? And as you begin to discover who you are and what is your purpose, then the next phase is transformation. You begin to change, and the change is you begin to change from the inside out. And then the transcendence, that last phase where you have that spiritual awakening, where you're more connected with your creator, where you have more clarity, when you realize the I am within you. And when you tap into that I am, you're vibrating on that frequency where you can manifest and bring all the things you desire for your life to you without any struggle. So you're not in a space where you have to pray and say, God, give me, give me, give me, give me, give me. No, we don't have to be beggy with the creator. We can put out to the creator what we desire, release it into the universe, let it go, and know that it will come to us with no resistance.
Yes, that is true. And as you were there talking, I remember just looking at my dress. When I was deep into Christianity, I couldn't wear a dress like this. They would tell you that you backslide. You need to cover up your shoulder. You're not supposed to expose the shoulders. Those were the restrictions that a lot of us came upon in Christianity or religion. So when I become more spiritual, I'm free. The Creator gave another person the skills, the knowledge to make a dress like this for me to wear. Nothing is wrong with it. Nothing is wrong with showing my shoulders because God created these shoulders, right? So spirituality is actually taking you out of a box because we put God, the creator, in a box, and God is too vast to be encapsulated in a box.
I love that. That's beautiful. And by the way, your your dress is very beautiful and you have beautiful shoulders. So you know what? Show them.
Thank you.
So Dr. Morgan, we've come to the end of this podcast. I would love to have you come back as we take a deeper dive into this spiritual journey so that we can help our audience learn and grow. And together, this is a journey. I am not some spiritual guru. Yes, I can say on my journey, I have learned a lot. Dr. Morgan has learned a lot, and we're here to share our experiences with you. So thank you so much. Again, check out Dr. Morgan at Health Talk, her podcast. If you need a consultation, just someone to talk to, please reach out to me. My website is www.zaharia.com, or you can call me. My phone number is area code 954-618-8203. Until we meet again, much love, much blessings. Thank you so much, Dr. Morgan.
Thank you for having me.
Namaste.
Bye-bye.